What's happening, fellas? Welcome back to the Turtle Man. I'll give you a little weather report. Absolutely amazing outside. Oh, mid 70s, low humidity, full sun, light breeze. God, I'd love to have me an adult beverage and take a nap under a shade tree, but I got things to do. So, yesterday I went out to the property and cut me some grass. Old girl did amazing. Um, Little background story. The reason they call me Turtle Man. So growing up, I always had turtles as a kid. Never had guinea pigs or nothing like that. We always had dogs, but I always liked turtles. Box turtles, water turtles, mainly the red ear sliders. The little water turtles you see with the red ear, they're green and yellow. I had a ton of those. I'd find them when they were about the size of a quarter, and I'd raise them up until they were too big for my 30-gallon tank, and then I'd release them into a pond. I know quite a bit about turtles. I love turtles. They're just cool. They carry their homes with them. Of course, slow and steady always wins the race, but it really depends on how much horsepower you got. Turtles are built for torque, and I'm a torque kind of guy. So yesterday, cutting out the property, I seen some of the biggest box turtles I've ever seen. And I wish I could insert a picture in here, but I don't know how to do that. So if you do your research, the male and female box turtles are colored different. If you find a box turtle that has brown eyes and a brown head, they're female. If you find a male that has a bunch of red on his head and feet and red eyes, they're usually bigger, that's a male. The males are brighter, just like the male peacocks are the ones with the big feathers. I don't know why the Lord did that for us, but a lot of times the males are prettier. It's kind of backwards with praying mantises. The females are much bigger and prettier. The males are smaller, and of course they usually end up being dinner. But that's not a turtle thing, and I digress. But I seen some badass box turtles, and I took a couple pictures of them. So I've been up kind of early this morning, getting some stuff done, collecting trash and washing clothes. And yesterday on my way out to my property, I've been having this weird issue with my Ranger. It'll go to running bad, like loading up, and I've noticed when it does that, my blinkers don't work. And I've been able to smack the steering column, and it'll start working again. Well, yesterday I smacked it a little too hard and figured out what my issue was. I thought I had just a loose wire. It turned out to be the ignition switch. So on the side of the road, I had to pull the column apart. I don't know if you can see it. You see the ignition switch right here, where the metal body goes to the plastic? Well, it's got these little bitty fold over tabs, and apparently they unfolded and the bottom of the switch fell out of there. So I had to pull up the side of the road and zip tie all this crap together. And I went and got me another ignition switch. I got to put it in. But I figured out my problem. I also got fuel at a station that was supposed to be 93 octane, because this thing's tuned for 93, and it wasn't. It started pinging its balls off. And I went and got a bottle of octane boost in there, and holy crap, she runs good on that octane. But I just took me a little trip down to a local store. I love my locally owned businesses. I'm a little guy, and I like supporting the little guys. You know, there's a lot of companies that are huge that make a bunch of money, but there's not a lot of local people that have a good business that stays in business too long. So for any of you around Memphis, near Memphis, y'all have probably heard of Godman High Performance. Now, Godman was owned by Ray Godman. Ray Godman, I think, has been in the wheelchair his whole life. He was a racer back in the day. He had the Tennessee Boll Weevil dragster. He was in the drag racing community. So Ray Godman died a few years ago, and one of his good employees took over the company, and now it's his and his wife. So it's no longer Godman. It's called J&J High Performance. Guy's name's Joe, and he's been playing with fittings and stuff for like 30 years. He really knows his stuff. I walk in there and tell him what I got. He knows part numbers off the top of his head, where the stuff is. He knows fittings. Now, they do more than just fittings. They now do injector cleaning and balancing service. They make custom air conditioned lines. They have all the AN fittings and hoses you can think of. They're a speed shop. They fill nitrous bottles. They don't have engine parts, but they damn near got all of your plumbing needs. I think he carries nitrous solenoids and stuff too. So I went down there to get the rest of the fittings I need to finish my plumbing. So let's check out what we got. I got a whole pile of stuff. So let's start out first. What we got here? Got my oil fittings. Screws in with an O-ring. And then I got a -6 90 for my oil feed. And then this one goes in the top of the charger. And I got another -6 90. So there's my oil feed. And I got a piece of -6 line. And I got my little fire sleeve because it's going to be close to the manifold. Oh, let's see. Got me a -10 to NPT fitting for my water. And then I got me another -10 to NPT for the water on the back of the engine. And then I got me a 150-degree fitting for the back. And these are -10. See if I can get that to screw on. There we go. And that points it in a much better direction than that 90 did, that 180. It points it up a little bit so I won't get a kink right here. So I still got my -10 line for that. I remedied that stuff. I just got me a brass bushing to put my sender in the rear of the block. So I have to swap the sender out for that. I've got 2 Adel clamps to hold my -10 line off my water. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another little flat stock bracket off of here. Put my Adel clamp right here. This one and this one to hold that line up off of everything. It goes to the back water outlet. Got those. Let's see. Got a -10 90 for the front water hose. And I'm hoping that'll work pretty good. I may have to do something different with that engine hook. I don't know. That might work. As long as the injection lines don't get in the way, it should work. But if I have to, I may have to straighten this engine hook out so that I can get a better angle on that. But for now, that'll work. What else I got? Oil drain fittings. So I got a -10 straight for the bottom of the charger. And I'll have to clock the charger a little bit because this bolt gets in the way of me screwing that on. So I got a -10 straight. Got a -10 45 to fit right here for my oil drain on my charger. What else I got? There's that 180 I'm not using. There's my -10 line for my oil drain. Okay, so I've ordered a billet gear case cover from Keating Machine, and it's being anodized, so it's going to be another week or so before I see it. But the front port for the oil is no longer like this. Doesn't take the factory fill, it takes a -12, which is going to hinder me a little bit in filling it up with oil. But I'd rather have a billet gear case cover to make sure it clears my camshaft button, adds a little rigidity, and I can put a factory gasket on there and not have to worry about sealing this thing up. Also, where the front seal goes, It's got a bolt-on flange, so I can unbolt that, pull it off, put a seal on it, and never have to pull the gear case cover, which is nice. Let's see, the front of it takes a dash 12. So here's my dash 12 with an O-ring. It'll screw into the front cover. And then I got a 1290 that shoots it up. It'll sit like this in the front cover. And then I got a short piece of dash 12 hose that comes up. It'll have a dash 12 push lock on it. And then I've got a cap for the top of it. And I got me a little Adele clamp. I'm going to make me a little bracket and support it off the factory. There's a factory bolt hole right here that supports the original oil fill. So it actually sits like that. So I'll just take this same bolt hole. I'll probably have to drill this little guy out and stand it out here a little bit, but hold my dash 12 line. So I'll have my dipstick and my fill hole in the same spot. And that'll eliminate some leaks, because this thing always puked a little bit right here, even though it was tight. All right, so I think I've got every fitting I need to finish my plumbing, unless I've forgotten something. I've got these two hoses and fittings. There's my water out, there's my water in. I've got everything for the pump, sending unit, oil feed and return. I did get a brass plug for this because no one's going to see that. Today I'm going to try and get most of the plumbing finalized. Get my hose run, figure out what I need to do with this. I'm going to get the oil cooler back off, swap the gasket out, chase that hole. I did put a plug there. I've got a lot to do today. I need to put the ignition switch on my Ranger, put the column back together. My old lady's car is due for an oil change, and I've still got that brand new tire and wheel that I need to put on it. And I know she's got one other bent wheel, and I've got a brand new wheel in a box. I need to swap those out. I need to fix her fuel gauge because it don't work. I know she's got a power steering leak I need to look at. And then at some point I got to finish cutting my yard, because I cut my property yesterday. Cut my yard now. Let's see. Yeah. That's the business. So if y'all are in and around the area, y'all go check out J&J High Performance. For those of y'all that don't need me, nothing on my channel is sponsored. Everything's out of my pocket. But I do love supporting my local people, because they're what keep me going. You know, I know Vibrant makes good stuff, and I know Aeroquip and, you know, a bunch of other people make good fittings. And I'm pretty sure these are Aeroquip fittings. They don't have any markings on them, but they are quality stuff. They're not Chinese-made fittings. He's got them. They're a little pricey, but he's got them. You know, it's kind of a supply and demand thing. I know he's got it. I know what he's talking about. I know he's got it in stock. Anytime I need it, I can, well, he's about 45 minutes away from me. I would much rather just drive there. You know, it'd be cool if I lived near Jegs, but I ain't moving north. But that's the deal. Work on the engine, work on the Ranger, work on the old lady's car. And I got to figure out what to do about my little pup digging. I'm so tired of her digging. She digs holes that are huge. So I need to figure out a way to keep her from digging. Little turd. Anyway, that's the business. It's nice outside today. I want to be outside as much as I can and, you know, do like a turtle does. Maybe find a rock to sit on and bask in the sunshine. Oh, it's so nice out. I wish it was like this year-round, but I know you can't get that nowhere. I'm sure it's like that in California, but I sure ain't going there. Ooh, no. Anyway, I got work to do. Just figure I'd do you a little update video. Here's a challenge for you. For those of you that watch my channel, some of y'all do race car stuff, some of you don't. want you to do your research and tell me, why is it called an AN fitting? I know the answer, but do you? Do your research. Why is it called an AN fitting? Why were they originally developed? Why is it called AN? I know the answer, but do you? All right, boys. I'm going to get after it, get some stuff done. Maybe I'll have an update video for you tomorrow or something. Me finishing some stuff up. I may go ahead and hang the injection pump. I don't know. It's just sitting there right now, but I may go ahead and time it up and lock her down. But for now, I'm going to get going with it. Yeah, that's the business. Y'all stay frosty.